Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Hello, good people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again as Nigerians are seeking for possible way of solving the issue of insecurity and also getting back at least those who have been kidnapped by abductors, Fulani abductors. Bola Tinubu, some few hours ago, reportedly distributed brand new luxury vehicle including Toyota Land Cruisers, Toyota Hilux and a HUMMER bus to each state coordinator of the Renewed Hope ambassadors, a new nationwide campaign structure preparing for his 2027 re-election. Now the vehicle were handed over in Abuja during a meeting where state coordinators also received instructions to contribute 1 billion naira each to the campaign fund for the Renewed Hope ambassador led by Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma as Director General. Now, the initiative is described as a strategic move to strengthen political mobilization and unity ahead of 2027 election, with Governor Hope Uzodinma publicly endorsing President Bola Ahmed, or publicly being endorsed by President Tinubu as the face of the campaign. Now, the information was released some few hours ago, and Peter Obi has decided to react to it because unfortunately this is happening when Nigerians seems to be in a mourning mood considering what is happening in terms of insecurity. We are trying to catch it, but guess what? Bola Tinubu is multitasking, and this had been the life of politicians, But however, let's look at what Peter Obi has to have in stock to tell Nigerians about the distribution of campaign vehicle. He says it is profound insensitivity and abuse of trust. In his words, Peter Obi said, at a time when Nigerians are struggling with hunger, unemployment, and insecurity, the decision of any government to allocate limited public resources for distributing luxury vehicles like Hilux truck and HUMMER buses as part of the 2027 campaign mobilization is not only insensitive, but also represent a serious moral failure. While ordinary Nigerians are grappling with poverty and hopelessness, those in leadership position continue to flaunt their wealth by driving brand new Land Cruisers, Hilux, and Hummers, treating the suffering of the people as mere background for political theatres. This tragic misplacement of priorities is unacceptable. Leadership, especially in this challenging time, should focus on providing food for the hungry, ensuring access to health care for the sick, restoring hope for millions of unemployed youth, and securing our communities. It should not be about parading luxury vehicles or campaigning for votes. It is disheartening that at a time when children are dropping out of school, especially because of their families cannot afford tuition fees, when mothers are dying during childbirth due to lack of basic medical supplies, and when insecurity is tearing families apart, the response from those in power is to purchase and distribute luxury vehicles rather than urgently addressing the need of the people. This is not governance. It reflects a profound insensitivity and an abuse of public trust disguised as a political strategy. It betrays the essence of public service, which should always be about serving the people rather than staging political publicity. At a time like this, we must recognize that Nigeria cannot continue on a path of wastefulness, insensitivity, and misplaced priorities. Our citizens deserve leadership grounded in empathy, prudence, and accountability. Regardless of how bleak the situation may appear today, I firmly believe that a new Nigeria is not only necessary, it is possible. That was the standpoint of our very esteemed Peter Obi, who is giving an insight. I love how he tagged it. He said profound insensitivity and abuse of trust. So many Nigerians have reacted to it. I'm going to read some of the responses from Nigeria. One Oluda says money that should be used to tackle insecurity and uplift the morale of law enforcement personnel is being used to acquire brand new Jeeps and HUMMER buses for campaign. Everything to this man is selfish politics. No compassion for the poor masses. Meanwhile, everywhere is quiet. Banana Republic. That's what someone just say. Another person reacting, one Basil say, whereas the Nigerian people are suffocating under insecurity while looking for next meal, their rulers are busy preparing for the next election to keep them in perpetual penury in the midst of plenty. Another person reacting to this say they claim that President Tinubu is distributing luxury vehicle for 2027 campaign is misleading. Government vehicle purchases are for operational needs, security, emergency response, and functional mobility, not political rallies. The administration's priorities remain tackling hunger, unemployment, insecurity, and economic instability. Programs like social grants, agricultural support, health sector investment, and security equipment procurement shows that governance, not political spectacle, drives the agenda. Reducing governance to accusation of luxury display ignores the hard work of stabilizing the country and implementing long-term reform. True leadership focuses on results, not narrative. That's someone trying to support this. But it's already very clear that based on the intro I gave, that this is targeted at the re-election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And what got me real good was the fact that they are expecting that, all those who are in support will contribute from in all states like 1 billion naira. And we're just wondering where the 1 billion naira will be coming from. My colleagues in the House, what's your standpoint on this? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, amidst insecurity, fight to see how Nigerians can be restored again, has decided to kickstart his campaign distributing buses across board. What do you have to say?
The funny part of this thing is that he is the ruling government. One would expect that he should even be the last to start this campaign process, because this whole campaign thing would distract his governors. And we have issues of insecurity staring us in the face with pressure from United States. The United States seem to even have more urgency with the issue of insecurity than our leaders who are living in the country. The more important situation for Bola Ahmed Tinubu presidency is how to get re-elected. Who are those that will re-elect you? It's not Nigerians. If you do well, you don't even need to do campaign. Exactly. Your governance is your campaign. Doing it right is your campaign. It's a case of one good turn deserves another. Why are you scared? If you know you are not doing well, now is the time to fix it, so that Nigerians will say, well, why don't we continue with this governance, with this set of leaders to complete the good works they have begun? Do you need campaign buses? Nigerians are screaming and shouting. They need security. They can't go back to their farms. Times are getting really difficult, and you are busy rolling out, insisting your fellow elite. It's as if the country wants to be run just by the elite, and they want to make sure that the average Nigerian on the street remains poor, remains beggarly, and becomes a slave to the elite, and that will not go fine. If you ask me personally, I think the presidency should focus more. If there's anybody or people who should be looking at campaigning now, sincerely speaking, it should be the opposition, the likes of ADC, the likes of.
Then you use your action,
then use it good. You use your action and your achievement to now do your own campaign to prove them wrong. He's even at an advantage to campaign for himself. But alas, he's using this as a form of campaign. How insensitive, if you ask me.
Wow. Well, that's just the position of so many Nigerians about this whole issue. But however, let's leave it there. Let's meet in our comment section and talk more on this. What's your standpoint looking at the trend of events in the country and where we are right now? Let's interact.